Britain's biggest financial lie is that earning £100,000 makes you rich. Every year, thousands of people finally reach a six-figure salary, only to discover they're still living paycheck to paycheck. So where did all the money go? The answer isn't inflation, it isn't the cost of living, and it isn't even taxes. It's something almost every high earner does, without ever realizing it. And once you see it, you'll never look at your salary the same way again. For decades, earning £100,000 was considered the finish line, the salary people dreamed about, the number that meant you've made it. But in Britain today, that dream is quietly falling apart, because thousands of people earning six figures are discovering something shocking. A high salary doesn't always create a wealthy life. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Some people earning £45,000 are building more wealth than people earning £100,000. Not because they work harder, not because they're luckier, but because they understand something that most high earners never do. And once you see it, you'll never look at your salary the same way again. His mortgage payment was about to jump. Energy bills had already increased. Food shopping cost more every month. Insurance renewal arrived. His car finance payment was still running. And suddenly, that six-figure salary didn't feel so impressive anymore. It felt fragile. Here's what nobody tells you about earning more money. Every pay rise makes life easier until your lifestyle quietly grows with it. A nicer home, a newer car, better holidays, more expensive restaurants, higher expectations. And before you realize it, your spending has risen almost as fast as your salary. This has a name, lifestyle inflation, and it's one of the biggest reasons high earners never become wealthy. But lifestyle inflation is only half the story, because there's another reason, one that's quietly costing high earners thousands of pounds every single year. And it starts with the UK's tax system. Most people believe if I earn more, I'll keep more. But Britain's tax system doesn't always work that way. In fact, crossing certain income thresholds can leave you wondering, where did all my money go? Alex thought his promotion would change everything. Finally, the six-figure salary he dreamed about. But something strange happened. His payslip got bigger, yet his life didn't feel very different. His bank balance still disappeared every month. The stress never left. It simply became more expensive. Now here's the question nobody asks. Who is actually richer, the person earning more or the person keeping more? Because wealth isn't measured by income. It's measured by what remains after you've paid for the life you've created. And that's where thousands of high earners fall into a trap. Not because they're careless, because success quietly raises expectations. A bigger salary often leads to a bigger lifestyle, and suddenly the finish line moves again. Then comes something even more dangerous: comparison. You stop comparing yourself to the average Brit. You start comparing yourself to everyone earning what you earn. Your neighbor upgrades their kitchen, you feel behind. A colleague buys a new car, you think maybe you should too. Your friend posts another luxury holiday, and suddenly a perfectly comfortable life starts feeling ordinary. Social media doesn't just sell products, it quietly upgrades your definition of success. Psychologists call this the hedonic treadmill. Every financial upgrade feels exciting for a little while, then it becomes normal. The bigger house becomes just your house. The luxury car becomes just your car. The higher salary becomes just enough. No matter how fast you run, the finish line keeps moving. And that's exactly why so many six-figure earners still say, I don't know where my money goes. One evening, Alex finally added everything together: his mortgage, his bills, his subscriptions, his holidays, his car, his insurance, his everyday spending. For the first time, he wasn't looking at his salary, he was looking at his habits. And that's when he realized the biggest thing stealing his wealth wasn't the government, it wasn't inflation, it wasn't even his mortgage, it was the life he'd slowly built around his income. So, what do they know that everyone else doesn't? The answer might completely change the way you think about money. That night, Alex stopped asking a question most people ask: how can I earn more? Instead, he asked a completely different question: how do wealthy people stay wealthy? And that one question changed everything. Most people use every pay rise to upgrade their lifestyle. Wealthy people often use it to upgrade their assets. When their income increases, their spending rises a little, but their investing rises much more. That's the difference. One group buys things that lose value. The other buys assets that quietly grow in the background. Year after year, imagine two people. One earns £100,000 but spends nearly everything. The other earns £60,000 and consistently invests a portion of every paycheck. 5 years pass, then 10, then 20. Eventually, the second person may have built far greater financial security, not because they earned more, but because they kept more of what they earned and let time do the heavy lifting. That's the quiet power of consistency. Alex didn't become a millionaire overnight. He didn't win the lottery. He simply stopped trying to look wealthy and started trying to become wealthy. He built an emergency fund, paid down expensive debt, invested consistently, and every pay rise after that went toward his future, instead of financing a bigger lifestyle. Slowly, his money began working harder than he did. Here's the truth. The people who quietly build wealth rarely look the richest. They don't need everyone to know they're successful, because real wealth isn't measured by the car on your driveway or the watch on your wrist. It's measured by something much simpler. How much freedom your money gives you. Freedom to say no, freedom to change jobs, freedom to spend time with your family, freedom to sleep without worrying about the next bill. That's the kind of wealth worth chasing. So before you chase your next promotion, ask yourself one question. Are you building a bigger salary or a bigger future? Because one can disappear with a single redundancy. The other can support you for decades. If this video made you think differently about money, tell me in the comments. If your salary doubled tomorrow, what would you do first? Would you upgrade your lifestyle or upgrade your future? If you enjoyed this video, subscribe to The Real Take Home. Every week, we break down the money decisions shaping life in Britain so you can build real wealth, not just a bigger paycheck. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.